Have you ever had a Jada in your life? Or two?
I
Do you
had
still love her?
no. Well, I'm pretty, yeah, I have genuine love, but I don't have feelings for the person anymore. Because thanks to that person, I grew to become who I am. But yeah,
Did you hear what she just said?
oh please, man, that one. Say malad mata se good, malad.
I mean, let's try to listen. She said she didn't need help. She
But the
didn't
thing
need
is, this, you don't need the help. But this is the thing. Why did you look
now.
at the guy?
Okay, wait.
Because you know
Now
exactly
wait.
how he's gonna react.
Now the thing is this. She said, let's not put words in her mouth. She
Okay.
said she wishes Will didn't get physical with Chris Rock. And they are in agreement that he overreacted. Because right now, everybody's is backing away from him because now he's smelling bad. You know how these people are. Now everybody's like, it's like right now there's two things you don't want to do. You don't want to work with anything that has to do with Russia if you are in the US or in the Occident, and you don't want to work with Will Smith. So Apple and Netflix pulled out of a movie he was doing, and what was I saying? Yeah, they oops. Yeah, they the Netflix and Apple Music, Apple TV, sorry, Plus, they removed their bids from a movie he was doing, and I think Bad Boys 4 is also being stopped. So people don't realize that he's about to lose millions of dollars from the setback, because I don't believe his career is over. I don't believe that I believe that he also needs time. He needs time to focus on his mental health, because he's clearly in a special state. Like, listen, I had a strange feeling when he was starting to win awards about that movie, and he was crying in every awards. Like, listen, everybody get emotional how they want, but I was like, what's going on with this guy? Like, why is he crying every time? Like, every time he talks about about Richard Williams, he starts crying, and I was like, it's a movie about somebody. Even if you've been inspired, like, chill. And ever since this guy has been exposing himself and his life, and his wife has been exposing their lives in her show, he feels like he's been more and more going down a certain hill of trying to pretend that it's all good. But you can see in his face, and you can see in his body language I believe he's a good old Bantu like us. We have ideas of what a family is, etc. And he put himself in a place where he's in a type of situation where he actually doesn't really agree with everything, but he believes that family over everything. And so why didn't she stop him from getting out of his seat? To me, that's the truth. Like, but maybe in the heat of the moment, you don't really, you're not always
Connected.
and to me, it's this, like, a lot of people were having a lot of opinions about the whole situation, and a lot of people were trying to find all the ways of the world to defend him, alopecia, his family condition, this. Look, now the woman is saying, I didn't ask for nothing. I didn't like the joke, but I didn't ask for nothing. So now you're like, all this for that.
She does what she's always done with him, supposedly. If we're looking at all the patterns, you know, when we were talking you and I about like her 40th birthday that he put together, and
Oh my
she
God.
just fucking like this. This is a toxic human being, and so she knows that she's triggering him. He needs probably God knows what she said to him in the previous red carpet that he went to. Probably refused to give him some ass. I don't know. And it's like next thing you know, it's like, no, I'm not gonna let this guy talk shit about my woman because I know I'm not gonna. I'm talking shit now, but the point is that this is abominable, man. You know your man. That's his night. That's his first Oscar, one of the most important moment of his career, and you
Yeah.
don't hold him back. Just like Sister Alice Boys is saying, come on, sister, man. Somebody should have intervened. How can you let somebody if you know that he's already unstable and he's like, hey, okay, I'm good. Probably they probably spoke to him like,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't understand, but you're not good, man.
Yeah. It's
And
complicated.
okay. And then people are like, oh, don't blame Jada. This is throwing black women under the bus. Now stop with that bullshit, man. Y'all don't like when we need to be factual. Of course, we are not in their personal relationship, but I'm sorry, man. There's big patterns of shit that has been fucked up between them, man. And his reaction clearly testifies of that.
She's the type who pours oil on the fire, then steps back and watches everything burn with a sinister smile on her face.
La cerise sur le gâteau. Merci, Elise Boys.
What do you think, Shada Gang? What do you say? Will has been trying too hard for years to match up to Jada's needs. This is a classic case of loving someone who doesn't love you much. You'll move mountain and they'll never appreciate it. You know something she said when they were doing the Red Table Talk together? She was explaining to him how this guy who's the friend of her son made her happy. The August guy. That she made her happy. And he was like, like, this is a thing where, listen, you want to tell the truth to somebody, okay, turn off the cameras, talk about it, have the conversation. Especially if you know that person really loves you and is ready to, will do anything for you. Don't abuse it. I think Will has already been mentally broken down by Jada. Is it Jada or Jada? He
Jada.
can be saved. She won't save him. And now you know what just happened?
No.
The entanglement guy. Did you see what he said?
Aye, what happened again?
He did a new song. He was like, oh, listen, I'm gonna cloud chase that shit to the max. And he did a new song. He did a new song where Will Smith faced more humiliation as Jada Pinkett Smith's ex-lover August Alsina referenced entanglement affair in a new song, and he's set to write tell all in a book about their sex life.
Oh, mec, c'est pas possible ça. Les Américains sont des sauvages, vraiment.
Will Smith faced further humiliation amid his Oscar slap controversy as the man who had an affair with his wife is speaking out in a new song, and he talks about her in a new song called Shake the World. Well, of course, some shit is bound to go down when you tangled up with the world's favorite. Oh my God. I was asking myself, where is this guy? Why we don't hear from him? I was really asking myself, this is strange. Like, he's not saying anything. I'm wondering what he thinks of all this. And then this morning, there you go. He came with a new song. It was like, oh, there you go. Let me do some promo. Let me use all these free promo.
This is sad, man. This is really sad.
That's problematic, huh? But the thing is this, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who had been in a similar situation, and he was really like angry and pissed at Will Smith, and I was like, bro, like you should actually be understanding because you went through this like with your ex-wife. So how are you, you know, why wouldn't you be understanding of the situation? And I was like, sometimes you meet somebody that you really love, like from the first minute, you really love them and you're ready to give them everything. You're ready to give them the world. It happens. And if that person is the right person for you, perfect. But a lot of times it's not. And I believe as we grow, we've all been in one side or the other side of the equation with somebody who really wants to do everything for you, and you know.
True.
So, I mean, yeah.
And we all have had definitely a role or position. Oh, yeah, you're right. But at this point, I mean, they've been together for how many years, man? It's like
30, 25, 20, 20, 20 something.
Bro, come on. At a certain point, even if you just have some dignity, as even if you like, woman empowerment, like, dude, this is not cool because you literally tell people live on TV that your man is not satisfying you. Like, my man, I beg now. Why do you do these things, man? You affecting this man's morale. You this is and that, this, what about breaking down the black man? Protect your. But what about these brothers, man? Now you just man, not you, but the accumulation of all these humiliations has led this guy to make a fool of himself. And look, he's actually being he want to take a career break. I just saw here.
Yeah,
The Sun just
as he
announced
should.
that actor Will Smith will be hospitalized in a luxury rehabilitation clinic for celebrities in the States. And
Will
he
Smith.
confessed that he's very ashamed of the way he acted it at the Oscars. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you go
listen.
to a rehabilitation clinic is gonna do what? Yeah, okay. Gonna face your responsibility. The guys are really facing responsibilities, but it's like, I don't know, man. To each their own. He's 53. At his age, you're gonna tell him what to do. So,
I mean, listen. It's not easy, man.
of course, it's not
So,
easy. But the boycott is also. But you see, this is the thing, right? What they're doing to him, they've not done it to Woody Allen. They've not done it to Harvey Weinstein. Even though, yeah, okay, he was, but still, like they're pushing it extra, man. They're going way too extra about this. Like pulling out of
I
this, pulling
mean,
out of that. It's okay, you fucked up. So okay. And like fucking Chris Rock refused to press charges. Let them solve this situation. Yes, it was a horrible hack, but he didn't kill nobody. And that's it.
I
Move
believe
on.
it's because of where it was done.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
don't like
you
it.
in the posh of the posh. You are in a place where not a lot of people arrive, and you're about to be given like the something that in America only 5 black men got. So there's this thing where people are like, "Yo, listen, we're not in Campton, we're not in DC, or we're not in we're not in the forest with the monkeys." That's how some people think.
True.
They're like, "Yo, this is not the ghetto. This is not Brooklyn in the 90s. Like, this is not a hip hop thing. This is not the Source Awards." Some people are thinking this. Some people are like, "Oh, look," like, and it's not a race thing, but in the U.S., and I mean in a lot of these countries, a lot of the Western countries, where a lot of these awards were not made in an idea that one day it would be given to non-white people. people have been fighting hard for these movies and these awards to be inclusive, especially the Smith. Especially the Smith. You were pissed because he didn't win in what was the name of the movie? I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the movie. But if we worked so hard to arrive there. On that day, what are you doing? And maybe when they got home, maybe she told him, what happened? You worked so hard to be here. You wanted to be here. I don't like these people. I don't like this place. I mean, listen, she's an actress too. So, maybe she was like, what's happening with you? And he's like, what you mean what's happening with me? I did this for you. Everything I did in my life is for you. And she was like, listen, I don't need nobody to make me happy. Like she said, she's been saying it. She's like, listen, I don't like rules. I don't like this. I don't like that. The only person that can make me happy is me. So it's hard. It's sad for him. I don't believe that we'll be talking about this in 6 months, 3. Like at a point, Kanye's gonna say something, or there's a war going on in Europe that those people are talking about, or maybe there's gonna be the midterms election. There's a lot of, there's always. But I mean, I know a lot of people, and I've been there with people. When you date narcissistic people, narcissistic people, yeah, that's usually how it is. Like, it's all about the image. They want to be always, looked a certain way, and they eat you alive. That's the sad reality of what it is to be with that type of person. The problem is if you decide if you decide when you meet that person, I'm gonna stay with that person forever, and it's a decision that you took, and you don't want to go back from your decisions, nobody can help you. Like, everybody can give their opinion, you should leave her, this, that. Listen, I know how it feels. I know how it feels to just think about the idea of not being with somebody, and just feeling your heart breaking just thinking about it. I know how it feels, so I can empathize with however he's been feeling all this time. And you know what I learned? The mother of his first kid, right? He actually went to the shooting of I don't remember what's the name of the series where she was an actress, where they met. He went there to meet her. He went there to meet Jada, because he really was like, oh my God, she's the one, like, And he went where she was shooting that series to meet her. And in the set, she actually met the other one. She actually met the first baby mom, his ex-wife. And he actually stayed with that one and had a baby. And then, I don't know how, he started cheating on that one with Jada. And then he left that one because she was pregnant, and he divorced from that one and got with, I don't know the time exactly, but so that's crazy.
These guys, man, these superstars too. Oh, it's debauchery, man. At the end of the day, for me, I know disrespect, but like they've also their kids are also messed up by them too, man. Like,
I mean, if
having
your parents
who
are,
is weird. Yeah, come on, man.
it's complicated. Listen, if my mom was dating my friends, I would be fucked up too.
Hella fucked up, man.
I remember I had a friend when we would go to his house. His mom was always almost naked. She always had like these transparent robes, and she was like, "Hello, Edouard." Like, bonjour, madame. Well, when you fake it too much, this is what happened.
The truth shall indeed catch back.
I'm telling you. And now she wants him to probably go to the red table talk and talk about it. Talk about kicking a man when he's down. She'll be over there loving all the attention. Is Jada using voodoo? Oh my God.
No, blague à part, it could be. Elle a probablement bassé le gars sauvagement. There's a humorist online on Instagram said, Jada, cheveux poussent pas sur ta tête. Tu grossis pas, tu maigris pas. Tu as la même taille depuis. Tu as la chance d'avoir millionnaire. Et puis, quand il va te sauver, tu veux mal parler. Tu es maudite. Non, les Africains vraiment nous sont terribles.
Oh my God, African people. Jada is a classic example when someone settles in a relationship. When they are just like, I'll marry them because they're right with me no matter what. He wasn't her first choice and will never be. And she said in her show that she got married just because everybody was pressuring her to get married because she was pregnant. But she never believed in marriage anyway. So it's complicated. This will situation reminds us all. Go to where you are loved and appreciated and marry someone you love.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. And I would add, and when you are not loved anymore, or when you don't love anymore, and you don't appreciate or are not appreciated anymore, it's okay to leave. But then it takes us to our values. As somebody who has been raised by Bantu parents in a certain respect of some values,
yes,
a lot of us, we don't believe in separation.
Yeah.
I mean, we do because we were raised, we lived half of our lives, or maybe most of our lives in France, in Europe, in Portugal, Belgium, etc. But the example that we have is parents, and we see them as heroes because they were resilient to this, that, tromperie, kids on the side, etc. And we have this example, and we believe that this is the vision of the couple. We stay together. My parents have been together since my mom is 18. She's 64 or 65. So, if they've been together like 40 some, more than 45 years together, and they went through everything, even wars, even exile, and they are still together. This is my example. If I separate from somebody for the little bullshits of day to day, I feel personally as a failure compared to the value of what I am as a Central African man. So that might be at the moment where I'm tired, I want to go, etc. This might be something that keeps me there, because I'm like, I don't want my parents to be ashamed of me. I don't want the people who came, the families and etc. I don't want people to talk about me. So in a way,
Americans, mama. This family, man, you're talking about some people that this poor guy, it looks like he has had to swallow his pride so many times because that woman has enabled the kids to do whatever they wanted, and he certainly had to co-sign shit that he probably didn't even want to co-sign in the first place. But
because he wanted to stay. Okay, have you ever been with a girl and she accepted stuff just because she wanted to be with you?
Yeah, course.
So you can't
That was
judge.
no, but of course I can judge because I have realized where my biases were and where my double standards were, and I made the necessary changes. First and foremost, I think this is where it's important is to obviously, and I think she's doing that. Problem is, well, not even problem. The good thing is that at least she admits that she cannot change. She's too fucked up. She's not going to change. She doesn't like boundaries. She doesn't like anything that, she doesn't like rules. The pieces are rough. So, okay, cool. That's who you are. Cool. Then, if the man decides to stay with you, that's his responsibility. Nobody has to say anything.
Yeah.
In my case, I decided, well, when I did these things, I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. And because that's just not one, that's not how I was raised. And yeah, I tried some things, not for me, cool, you move on. That one she admits, it's like, that's who I am. So, yeah, at the end of the day,
No,
stop
but I
being
mean,
stay with your wife.
have you ever had a girl and you have her accept things that were not the type of things that she wanted or she was raised,
I have.
but to
Yes,
be
of
with
course.
you, she just accepted?
Not to be, because this
Your
is the thing. My
debauchery.
case is me, first of all, I was not promising any relationship, but I was like, if you want to be, that was all the time I was messing around. I was like, yo,
Okay.
I'm not trying to be, with anyone. I'm having fun, and yeah, if you want to stick around, that's just the reality of what it is right now. So,
But they say yes, but they
of
so
course, now I don't know
but
that. But I mean,
so
at
I
the
mean I
time, even
understand,
then, I
like
don't.
even if this guy is like, hey, listen, you are the one. Like my heart never felt like that, right? And then she said, listen, me, I mean open things because that's how I was raised, that's how my family is. So yeah, listen, that's how I am. And the guy just accepts. And he's like, listen, like, and maybe he says in the beginning, listen, it's cool. So, and because she told him, you can do anything as long as you can respect yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. That's exactly what she told him. Me, I don't care. So maybe it was like, yo, the best of both worlds. I have the most beautiful girl in the world. And I can still, from time to time, go out there and do something. Maybe he thought, cool, until he found her with J-Lo's husband, and she was like, allegedly. And he was like, what? In my house? Yeah. And she was like, well, yeah, we said that we can. You see what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I mean, it's complicated. It's complicated. If possible, it is best not to divorce because the other person may come back to their senses later. I mean, Joel, I know like you're a religious person, but I mean, yeah. Parfois vraiment. Listen, I waited 2 years for somebody to come back to their senses. Then I realized that I was wasting my time. And if I could go back to that time. Yo, there's a lot of girls that I was like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, look, I would be like, dodo miam miam bez.